Let's talk about ghosts. In depth on the word of ghost. So the word ghost is arguable, arguable, one of the most searched terms on the internet, and ghost has been subject to speculation for millennia. Do they exist, and if so, what are they like? How do people become ghosts after they die? Ghosts are like this. Is the other form, is the causal body, the ethereal astral body of our body. Any other thing that looks like some monster is not the ghosts, not eyes, those are demons. So how they become ghosts after they die? So some of this kind of thing here is very misconcepted, very erratic and misunderstood. Provides an in-depth view gained through spiritual research on various aspects of negative energies, right from the common ghost to the powerful subtle sorcerer, also known as Mentric. Mentric is also Orion Stinger. It's all devils, reptilian. The world of ghosts is all around us, and they can affect us in various ways. Perhaps one of the main reasons they affect or possess a person is to satisfy their desires through the individual. They do that because they want to control people, psychology. They want to bring that person down, the godlike essence down. They want to distort it. You see, so that the more evil you do, the more those demons will have accolades, they will have more points before they are masterized, because they have a master, a grandmaster. And once the more evil they do, the more temptation here or not, they will gain freedom from this solar system universe. So they will move on. The more they do evil, the more their chances of move on. As for us, what's that? As for us, we are here to do good. Our agenda is to do good, and the demons to do evil. So it's different. We got different agenda. However, they have twisted our essence by adding a bit of their DNA into ours, or I mean manipulated the original DNA that it was from a more sublime, more pure, innocent essence to one of ignorance, hatred, and negative energies, all kind of negative energies. And ignorance is what causes us to have all these kind of defects, moral defects. However, as we go higher up in the hierarchy of negative energies, it's more about exerting their power over society. No, they have other agenda, as described above. They are serving their master, and once they achieve a certain number of damnation, they want to condemn this earth and this universe. They feel that this universe belongs to them, so they want to be the grand masters, the big kid on the block. And by lead astray the species in here, they will be better controlled, and they'll gain more control over the mass. And also for those demons, they will maybe eventually be free from their karma here and move on to another universes of creation. So negative energy completes their goals through an intricate way organized hierarchy of power similar to that of the mafia. And because they are subtle in nature, they are ethereal, they almost always go unnoticed and unopposed. Not for those people who can feel them. There's many of us here who are very sensitive, and they not only sensitive, it is not enough to be sensitive. You need to know what to do after you see something that is not good, what to do to remedy it, to nullify the effect, to heal yourself. Regular spiritual practice is the only way to protect oneself from the dark side of the spiritual dimension. It's gonna depend, not every time. Sometimes, religion is not enough to totally remove all this hierarchy and those legions of evil forces, and they have nothing to do with human ghosts unless that people came here, incarnated here, already belong to this species. So the purpose of this section is not to scare our readers, but to educate them on the world of ghosts, negative energies, and how they affect our lives. What are ghosts and how does a person become one? It's a bit scary for some people. When a person dies, only his gross body ceases to exist. Everybody knows by now his subtle body consists of the subconscious mind, intellect, ego, and soul, minus the physical body. I know, but the soul has nothing to do with the ego. The causal body has nothing to do with that in the subconscious. However, continues to exist and moves on to other regions of the universe. Why must every time show this kind of a thing? Every time. So we have nothing to do with that. What we are is inside. And we not necessarily becomes a ghost, because unless this party here, that person already, when he reincarnated, he already came straight from hell, and they belong to the dark forces, then they'll become evil forces, because they already were evil forces. No, some people who are really psychopath, serial killers, these people have a very bad attachments to them, or they themselves come straight from hell. So they are subtle bodies. They belong to the nether region, or one of the 7 regions of hell, but they are found on that region too. This because ghosts from the most subtle regions of the universe can travel to the more to the physical world, to the denser. They do not exist in the positive planes of the universe, because they are. However, it's the same team, but there is the negative versus positive team, the light versus darkness, but they work together in one group. Don't be fooled. Don't be fooled. They have who controls hell, controls the top part of those matrix world universes. And whoever controls the top part also control Earth, the center, which is the center, and below Earth is called hell. So they do not exist on the positive planes of the universe. They have unfulfilled desires, such as the crave for sex, alcohol. No, 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 no. This is very rare. This may happen, but it's very rare. Simply because we cannot stay here for a long time because the gravity will not allow us. Unless they have some thing that they badly need to do. So they'll come, go, and they will go back. They will not stay here because the gravity is too strong. So it's scientifically, metaphysically, and scientifically impossible for them to stay here for so long. That's why they move from plane to one plane to another. They cannot stay here for long. So those who stays here are denser. Those are the demons. They derive pleasure out of exerting control over and tormenting humans and other subtle bodies. How is that? They are ghosts. You say that they are ghosts because they are human, blah blah blah, and now they want to torment humans when they themselves were humans. How to understand? How to make sense of that? Their general aim is aligned with bringing about unrighteousness in society. Unrighteousness in society. The subtle body of a person after physical death is defined as a ghost if their characteristics and intentions match the above. There is no special process as such which they go through to become a ghost. A sizable percentage of subtle body become ghosts. The subtle body takes up a black form as it becomes a ghost. No, those one is demons. They are not ghosts. They've never been humans. It's not true. They may be the black magos, the sorcerers, but they are not humans. And they can take form of a human, but they are not humans. So this kind of research is all twisted, and this kind of people like to look as if they serve the devil themselves, and they kind of carry their sex, some like to defend them and to overlook their faults. This happens progressively as the subtle body goes about fulfilling its desires and negative intentions. No sense. The color of the ghost is black because the entire subtle body is steeped in the tama, and the negative component is black. The soul of the ghost is so completely covered by the negative energy component in blackness it is totally concealed. I don't believe you are lying. How does the idiot say that ghost is demon and devil? You are a devil, not the people who die. What the idiot. These people really mislead the others, they are devil worshippers. And then they like to defend their master. Who the hell you think you are deceiving? Not me though. What decides where we go and what we become after death? When we die, our course in the afterlife decided by a number of factors. These factors include the number and type of impression that are created in the subconscious mind, depend on how we have lived our lives. Don't tell me. Our ego. The word ego is used in spiritual context here, and this is everyday usage as self-esteem and self-conceit. What's wrong with that? Sometimes the ego can save our body. And as any Romans do as the Roman does, as in China does and the Chinese do. And I adhere to this motto because motto, because if the great supreme being didn't wanted us to come here to experience our lives, then it would not create all the possibilities in here in this material Maya illusion existential plane, right? They will not give us all the tools from which to create, from which to experience. If I don't want my kids to play with toys, why would I provide them the toys to begin with? Why give them toys? So it makes no sense. Here's another error, another things that need to be demystified. It also includes the attitude of duality with God. No sense. Duality means thinking of oneself as having existence separated from God. Ego is a function of the extent to which we identify with our five senses, mind and intellect, instead of identify with the soul or the God within us. Yeah, this might be true, but I know that deep inside the person still knows who they are, that they are essential of God, that they are part of one supreme being. They cannot escape. They can stay millennia without accept this. But one day they will accept. Eventually, one day they will accept it. So do not have to worry. Let that person depend on the age group of those people. Let them enjoy what they came here to experience and enjoy before they have a breakthrough or a better insight and start to change their way of living, their way of thinking. But we are here to experience life, and based on our age group, we cannot go about judge people and expect 15, 14, 18, 20 plus year old person to live like a hermit and to seclude themselves and be like a monk. No, we cannot expect this from them, because they are here already to experience all the things that is herein. Papa says mind intellect instead of identify with the soul of the God within us. No, no, no. Let the people this time. You are nothing. You are not God to judge. You are not God to decide when a young person is ready to have a breakthrough. The type of deed is done during our lifetime. The extent and the time of spiritual operatives we had undertaken during a lifetime, our destiny. The type of death, natural and peaceful, violent or accidental. The type of funeral. The rituals and spiritual science done by antecedents after a death to help us in our afterlife. Yeah, it may play a part, but eventually it will depend on that conscience. If the person wanted to go already and they were ready to leave this body in this world, then they will comply, they will accept it. In time, they will accept. Do not force. Do not force. However, they are not demons. Although demons may follow them around and ask them to do things, and they how to say, they take the form of that ghost, that human ghost. The demons do that. Wherever, if the ghost is here aimlessly lost around this plane, what's gonna happen is that demons that those around here will follow them around and force them to do stupid thing, just like they do when we are in the body, and they will take the form of that ghost, human form, and they will come as them to do stupid thing and become a poltergeist. However, they are not demon, and that the Abrahamic religions are right. They are not demons. But can they become demon if time, I would say 1 million after do many years in hell? Yeah, maybe, who knows? Because what happens is that after stay there so long, they become acquainted if you all the bad dark forces in there, and then one time they may approach them, that ghost, human ghost, and ask them if they want to work for them, and then rather than suffer over there, they agree. Yeah, they agree and make a contract with them, sign a contract, and they go around where they want to go, which plane they want to go to disturb the people who are experiencing life in matrix and in the body. They will come to disturb that people, do evil thing, force people to kill one another, make enmity between people, cause war, cause accident on the roads, all kind of bad luck to people, all kind of evil thing. They will join. And if I believe if they don't want to do, they will be destroyed. The ritual was very spiritual. No sense are you. Who are likely to become ghosts? People are likely to become ghosts after their death when they have many unfulfilled desires. They cannot stay there here for so long because they don't have the energy. In order to have the energy, they will have to try and extract some from somebody, but this doesn't always happen. Most of the cases here are cases of aliens, hauntings, demons, aliens, or alien demons, but not humans, ghosts, not human ghosts. They do not come at all. And if they come, it's because that part of them is from the reptilian, because we have the R, what they call, that R thing, that's rhesus factor, the R factor. That one is not the monk, is not the rhesus for monk, but yes, for reptilian. R for reptilian. That's the part of our brain is reptilian, and a part of our being. So that part also will go within that body, that ethereal like body. You see, just like here when they do things, evil things, stupid things, because they have attachment, demons attachment with them. They smoke, they going to drink, they take drugs, they rape, they murder, serial killer, all kind of evil thing, the most unthinkable kind of violence that you can imagine. Those are all attachments. Those are all from the demons. It's not from ghosts, but demons. And I keep on and I going till the end. Type in the same cap that it is demons and not ghosts. They have harmed the others and have the basic nature of harming others. Since I think you are devil worshipper, they lack spiritual operatives, consist of progressive level of surrender of mind and intellect on implementation of God realization. You are too full of bulls. Only people who have reached the 50 samasthi or 60 vyashti spiritual level and have a low ego are able to proceed to the higher regions of others. Nonsense. This elitism in politics already. This is politics. This nonsense of choosy. Those chosen one. Separated the what they call the wheat from the shaft. All this is rubbish. When in reality, the ultimate absolute one, everybody is the same. All of you guys come from the great supreme being. Even the demons themselves decide they want to finish their karma here and then move on. They will move on. They don't want to do things anymore, this evil thing, this evil work. They are tired. Just like guys, they are tired of this kind of life. They are tired. And they also have a percentage of feelings within themselves, of conscience, because everything there is comes from the great being. The rest of humanity, when they die, so heaven beyond do not become ghosts, no sense. The rest of humanity, so the other side, everybody who is on the other side, are spirit, and spirit are known as a ghost. So it's not because they are in hell they will become a ghost. This is discrimination. That's the word I have for it. It's discrimination. Just like they have discrimination if you cast in here, the poor have no rights here, so they will in the earth, so be in into hell. Is it? Or into the astral world? As in earth, so be into the other world as well. Discrimination here, discrimination over there. That's nonsense, you know, wrong nonsense. And they die, find themselves in the region of the netherworld and hell. Nonsense, you go there. Most subtle bodies in the nether region are highly likely to become ghosts. All subtle bodies in hell are ghosts. Nonsense, you. In fact, even if one is a gentleman but doesn't have enough spiritual, that's nonsense. It's just like they will say, okay, how much you've got in the bank? Oh, I got only 5,000 or 10,000. I'm sorry, you're not enough for you to save yourself. Okay, then you go hell. It's just like that. It's rubbish. No such thing in the supreme. This one is a demonic kind of mentality. This has nothing to do with supreme reality. This is elitism. This is communism. This is choosing only the one that belongs to the devil, who worship devil. Straying through spiritual practice, he is liable to become a ghost when he does no sense. This is because he is attacked by higher level ghosts, no sense, and is controlled by them, just as a net in the other regions of the universal might is right, and all the strongest survive. Don't tell me. So you decide that and you think that it is the natural order of the day that these things should prevail and I should go on because it's the right thing to do or to be, is it? And you don't want to go against it, don't you? This person here are all twisted. They are sick people, very very sick people, full of bulls, arrogant, elitist, communist. Johnson as the religion of the universal might is right, and a dictator, they are dictators, might is right, and all the strongest survive. And fascist, ghosts, demons, devil, negative, on of a higher level, with their high spiritual strength, make the subtle body of a gentleman of a lower spiritual strength do things against their will, and thus indirectly make them ghosts. Ghosts of a higher level with their high spiritual strength make the subtle body of a gentleman or lower spiritual strength to do things against their will, and thus indirectly make them ghosts. Yeah, because over there they are asked to do evil things, otherwise they not be saved. This is how they manipulate the speech of humans here on earth and other side. If you don't do, you're gonna perish over there. But once you agree to their contract and work for them, then they will make you a demon. But not everybody agrees to that. Not everybody. This I can be sure. And well, we don't have to worry and wait because we are not this body. It belongs to Lucifer. Over a period of time, the subtle body of the gentleman too succumbs and becomes a ghost, deriving pleasure through tormenting human, or fulfill their worldly desire by possessing human. And there's another thing that I need to tell people. If, I hope not, but if we go to hell, our body will transform. We will not look like that. We will not look like a normal ghost. We will look like this because it doesn't look like a demon, you see. But they will transform us to become a monster. Yes, a monster. They will turn us into a monster. When you look at yourself, you see yourself shifting into a monster because they themselves do to that body which already belongs to Lucifer. He creates that, so we cannot do nothing. Our supreme energy goes back to our place, a place of origin. What space behind belongs to the devil, so you don't have to worry. That's not you. All I want to tell people is that once the time comes, just remember that you are not that body. Let go of any attachments, anything any identification with the body. And always think, I'm not this body, I'm not this body, I'm not this ghost. This ghost stay with you. I want to get out of here because I'm not this. Just always practicing, meditate on that, on this kind of mantra. Over a period of time, the subtle body of the gentleman too succumbs and becomes a ghost, deriving pleasure through tormenting human, or fulfill the world desire by possessing humans. Yeah, because the devil asked them too. They don't have another choice. They can have a choice, but they will suffer like a condemned slave. And also, against their will, their body will be shifted. I know because there were reports of people saying that, doing that, being that. The moral here is that if we do not undertake spiritual practice according to the universal and do not reduce our ego, then the probability of us becoming ghosts after our death is very high. I don't need this body. This body go. I want this body to be destroyed anyway. Who do not become ghosts? They are typically people who do spiritual practice with the intention of achieving God realization, have less impressions in the mind, fewer personality defects, have a low ego, are above the 50, elitism again. After that, such persons move on to the higher regions, heaven and beyond, just to become arrogant again. Ghosts cannot influence or take them into custody due to the spiritual strength and protects from the cabals. Yeah, the cabals. The cabals are the aliens over there, dictating everything, create everything. They are the owner of hell, the owner of the so-called havens, the fake matrix of the heavens, where all the arrogant ones go, and then they will not care for those body that are below, and they shouldn't, because that body is nothing. And neither those who are in higher astral planes should also care for themselves, because we are not this body. Our soul, that is important, conscience that belongs to the Supreme Being. The rest is all created by the cabals, dark aliens that controls this solar system, this this solar system, and this quadrant of the universe in here. Spiritual level and ghosts. Throughout the section of ghosts, we refer to higher level ghosts, negative energies who have a lot of spiritual strength as a result of intense spiritual practice and penance. Those were the sorcerer here, those who walk with the chameleon, how they call it, chameleon legion of reptilian. The spiritual strength power of a saint at the spiritual level 70% in a black serpent kalana, approximately same. However, the key differences between them are: a saint practices spirituality with the intention of surrounding his body, mind, wealth, ego, etc. to God and to merge with him. Depends who is God, ne? Huh? Unless you want to go wrong, worshiping the wrong God who is nothing, no less, no more than aliens, demons themselves, huh? A higher level negative energy such as the black serpent or subtle sorcerer mantric undertakes spiritual practice with the intention of gaining supernatural power and thus has a lot of ego. The saint would identify more with the God principle or the soul within. The higher level negative energy, unless the saint do not conspire to also punish the human species, because if they belong to this hierarchy that is here just to control the mass and have favoritism and choose who deserves privilege and who doesn't, then he is no better than a demon. Alright? So what's the point? You are a saint if you are into service to others, like Mother Teresa. Otherwise, you are nothing. You just have a title, but no principles, no practice. You do not put into practice what you preach. So for what? You come to 0.0. Your worth is 0. You maybe have worth in the Kabbalah hierarchy. Yeah, among they you have worth, but for people who already knows, you are not worth it. Sorry. The higher level negative energy, on the other hand, is very proud of the fact that he has spiritual strength, identifies with his ego. And the sin is not identified with his ego, huh? And the Kabbalah and all this is master who see themselves as a superior and like to put the others down. They are not the ego. If this is not the ego, then this is what? Humble ways. Humble character attitude. Oh please, don't come to lie to me. He's 5. No sense are you. Let's go to another thing. They want to tempt the people. Usually Lucifer have some problem, some thing to solve some people, they don't like some people, they have a bone of contempt with their people, so they ask their secretary to come and tempt those people. When the devil don't come himself, he sends his allies or his secretaries. Some ghosts, demons, have deeply rooted impressions in their subconscious mind about troubling others. As a result, they are continually engaged in troubling others. Oh, weird man. Even those ghosts who did not have such intention to begin with can start troubling others. Yeah, because they are forced to, you idiot. This happened with the company of such ghosts. No, idiot, they are forced to by the devil themselves, who often enjoy the power in troubling others when they were forced to do so by higher ghosts. And who is this higher ghost? Who could be your father if not the devil himself? Then they start enjoy it and later indulge in it indiscriminately because they get used to it, become part of their work. Oof. Why people don't think, huh? Don't dissecting things and analyze details by details, trying to satisfy their desires or craving. And satisfy desires, cravings are the reasons why persons become ghosts after death. As ghosts do not have a physical body, they cannot satisfy their desire craving firsthand. Hence, they possess other living people with desires, cravings, matching their own and exploit them to fulfill their desires through them. Depending on how weak or strong the possession the person is, psychologically and spiritually, a ghost has to work for varying period of years to override the inherent resistance of the person. Only then can it control the person enough so as to indulge in his desired cravings. It's gonna depend on the person because the moment you start to feel that you are being possessed, then you're gonna freak out. It's not gonna be nice for the being that's there. A ghost has to work for varying period of years to override the inherent resistance of the person. Yeah, because not easy. Because that person itself has also a humor, human and humor, and they always overchange it. So sometimes when their energy go very high, or they go very angry, that thing that attachment cannot survive in that body anymore. It's gonna become unbearable environment for them. Only then they can control that person and also to indulge in his desires, cravings, and also some cultures in the East, they believe that this ghost is actually like to kill some people because they want to steal their body. Now I ask, how would they steal the body if the body dies and goes be cremated, go to be destroyed by the vermins and the force of nature? And then I came to a conclusion that perhaps what they means by stealing bodies, that they will reincarnate, or mean that person dies, right? So maybe that ghosts have more chance to reincarnate and in the next people who are to reincarnate. Who knows? Like say, if they have to wait for somebody to die before someone will decide have to leave the other side, they are not plane, so that ghost kill somebody, that somebody come and take their place in hell, and then they return to earth. That's what the people think. Some cultures, I don't know. I gonna keep open mind. I'm not a true believer in that, neither I'm a disbeliever, just to be neutral. Seeking revenge. If, for example, person A has harmed or seriously wronged the person B, and that person B dies, the subtle body of person B may live his physical body with deep-seated impressions of revenge. Yes, can it happen? In such cases, there is high likelihood of the subtle body of person B becoming a ghost and trying to torment person A with the objective of seeking revenge. This may either be a one-time event or a long drawn-out process. Yeah, it can happen. So that's why it's very incumbent that people try to be good to one another, you see. Try to be grateful to one another, helpful, grateful. Especially so your family members, because you don't know when that person dies, how is their state of mind. And especially so when we don't ask forgiveness from them, then how? You see? That's why I asked forgiveness from my mother before she died. Many years before she died, I already had asked her many forgiveness for anything that I have done to her, and that I am very grateful to everything that she have ever done to me. And I asked her to forgive any bad thing that I have done to her, although all I did to her was more good than bad. More good. I never answered my mother back, never shouted at her, never steal from her. I give to her. I don't take, I give. I would always do my best to please my mother by massage her, cut her hair, do her nails, etc. And my sister also, before she died, I asked my other sister to go there quickly before something happened to her. As soon as she went to hospital to ask forgiveness for anything, any wrongdoing, I asked forgiveness from the depths of my heart. And I was happy that I could go to another side to help her, because she was feeling very weak to go down the flight of stairs, and I helped her down, even though she was just by now a skeleton. So it's cool. It could also be a long drawn process where a ghost keep on tormenting a person. Yeah. An example of a one-time event is where a ghost seeks and achieves revenge by orchestrating the death of the person responsible for its death when on earth. This takes so long. This is not easy, very easy. Otherwise, all the criminals that kill somebody will be dead in no time. But this seldom happens. It's very rare instances. However, there are people who die shortly after loved one passed away. And it has, I believe that it has some connection somehow. It could be a long drawn process where a ghost keeps on tormenting a persons over the years in different ways to exact revenge. Yeah, even bad luck, also poor health. This person is experiencing poor health and happiness, a broken relationship. This could sometimes last for many decades or may be continued even with the person's descendants. That's is very I don't know, it's very profound and very terrible to know that this thing actually happened. The spiritual energy of person B was limited when he was alive, as it was distributed among many heads like any livelihood, his hobbies, friends, etc. However, after that, without his physical existence, all his energy is focused on the single thought of revenge. I guess that they get bored as well. Hence, those who did not have much influence when living can still influence others after their death. Yeah, it's true. To torment seekers of God. Seekers of God, by doing spiritual practice, cause the basic subtle um, pleasant and happy component or positive energy to rise. This happens a great extent when they make efforts to inspire and teach others to do spiritual practice. This is because by making many others to take up spiritual practice but not religions, nobody has a right to impose your religion upon others. Nonsense. We cannot do that. We are doing a disservice to that people. The basic subtle positive energy component is increased manifold as the ghosts themselves consist of basic subtle black energy or dark energy. They feel distress in an environment that has a higher basic subtle positive energy component. The ghosts therefore torment seekers of God so as to create obstacles in their spiritual practice or to stop it completely. The likelihood of attacks by ghosts is intensified with the increase in one's spiritual practice. Yeah, it's true because it happened to me. It was a torment to me. It was a torment. They will always disturb my life terribly when I follow religions. This is especially so when seekers help others to begin their spiritual practice. No, in my case, it was not like that. Just by doing worship, they already come and disturb. And that's when I understood that religion must come from the devil himself. Yep. So that's why I left the religion altogether. However, seekers also gain increased resistance to attacks by ghosts, demons, negative energy. This is because a seeker's spiritual level increases, of course, because you are doing their will, so they will stop persecute you to other people. No, they will not accept you to be a religious person. So they will massacre you, massacre. See? Because they don't want you to follow their religion. This is because a seeker's spiritual level increases with spiritual practice and he is increasingly able to acquire the protection given. It's not God, idiots, aliens. Aliens protection received by people doing spiritual practice themselves, and those doing spiritual practice themselves inspiring and guide the society to the same, about 10% more respectively than the strength of the attack by the ghosts. Spiritual level and those guide the society to spiritual practice. Not all. Some people, even though they follow religion, they are always attacked. So you cannot say, you cannot be fanatic, sick, mentally sick people, fanatic. Where do ghost demons, negative energy exist? Exists mainly in the nether region and the hell. They also inhabit the earth. For the sake of simplicity, though we have shown the planes of existence one on top of the other in this diagram, in reality they are outlined in all directions. It's just the earth being the physical tangible plane is seen, whereas the other planes are progressively more and more subtle and hence invisible to the physical eye. In fact, different people do live on the earth plane experience thoughts and emotions correspond to different planes of existence. The regions that ghosts, demons, devil, negative energy exists in various depend on their spiritual power. Any being, example human being or subtle body, feels comfortable in their respective region because their frequencies correspond to that region. With increased spiritual power, the ghosts become even more subtle and are found in progressively deeper negative regions. Thus, ghosts who have the least spiritual power found in the nether region. The ghosts that exist in the deeper rungs of the hell regions are progressively more powerful and evil. They are not ghosts, you idiot. Otherwise, they will not have the power. It doesn't make any sense. It's run contrary to what you are claiming. The region that ghosts, demons, devil, negative energy exists in various dependent on their spiritual power capability. Any being, human being or subtle body feels comfortable in their because their frequencies correspond to their region. With increasing spiritual power, the ghosts become even more subtle and are found in progressively deeper negative regions. Thus, ghosts who have the least spiritual power are found in the nether region. Oh, how nice, like this live in hell, have more power. Oh, good. Movement of the ghosts, demons, devil, negative energy between regions. Ghosts, demons, devil, negative energies can move across vast physical distances on the earth region in a matter of seconds. It's just a matter of thinking. When they think, they leap, they transmute physicality or realities, and ghosts are not demons. Demons are another thing. It's a lie. They can also move very easily between the earth region and the subtle regions. Ghosts from the more subtle region of the universe can travel to the more denser ones, part of the earth region as well. For example, a ghost from the third region of hell can easily go to the nether or earth region. Oh, so it's good. As a rule, people or subtle bodies from the earth region and the nether regions respectively cannot visit regions that are more subtle. The higher positive regions, such as the heaven, shall go the lower negative regions, such as the hell region. So, as a rule, people or ethereal astral bodies from the earth region and the nether region, the astral worlds regions respectively, cannot visit the regions that are more subtle because the frequency is higher. So the higher the frequency, lighter it will become. Example, the higher positive region such as the heaven or the lower negative region such as the hell region. Where the ghosts exist on earth. Ghosts exist in a variety of places on earth. Oh, look at the reptilian face and then they call it a human. Stupid. Ghosts exist in a variety of places on earth. They can create a center for themselves in living and non-living objects. By center, we mean a place where they store their black energy. The center acts as an entry point and the point to receive transmit the black. That's portal, we read it, and who do that? Those reptilian, Dracos, and demons, yeah, not humans. Ghosts generally create a center for themselves in people, trees, houses, electrical equipment. Those are demons, you idiot. When they create a center for themselves in people, is to fulfill their desires such as the eating, drinking, smoking, sex, or to settle karma debt. Since the ghosts are made up of the absolute air principle, via. One cannot see them without subtle vision. Everybody knows that. But the demons also can become invisible because they know how. They have technology. So don't give me this crap that is those are humans. Ghosts are most likely to be found near the following human beings. Look at the ghost. Look at the ghost with the reptilian face. My goodness. Ghosts exist around, on, and in humans to satisfy their desires, to seek revenge. Those are demons needed to settle their karma debts, or to person, or to derive pleasure out of tormenting them. The ghost, or I would say the demons or aliens occupy any part of the physical body, mind, or intellect of the person, commonly known as demonic possession. The duration of demonic possession can extend for many years or across births. In most cases, the person does not know that they are possessed or acting upon the wish of the possessing entity. These are not human ghosts. Whether the entity resides inside or outside the possession person or object is of all academic importance. This is because the extent of control exerted by an entity demon over human is not related to whether they reside inside or outside a person. What is the meaning of being affected by devils? Animals. Devils are most found on animals. They rarely exist inside animals. However, they do so when they want to trouble mankind through controlling them. The possessed animal, they become wild and attack humans, just causing distress to them. Yep. Some animals and birds such as dogs, horses, owls, and crows are more sensitive to the presence of devils. When dogs are found barking or howling suddenly in the night without an apparent reason, it could be because they sense the presence of devil, not ghosts. Generally, devils perch themselves on vegetation. Here again, those trees whose frequencies are similar to those of ghosts are favored. Everything in the universe has a certain frequency. An aura is a manifestation of this frequency. The tamarind tree, as shown in the picture, is commonly known and documented example. Ghosts, those frequencies like the Indian fig and the banana tree. Banana tree is very haunted. And mango and banana. I know because of experience, personal experience, but they are not ghosts. Those are some material creatures, entities, except humans. They are not humans at all. I know one on the mango tree look like a monkey, but very big one, or very skinny, tall one, look like a monk, black color. That one is not human, so ghost at all, and they love mango tree. Banana tree, on the other hand, can have human, ghost, or any other creature. A vampire. I know because I have been there, seen that. And I also have a haunted object. That's why be careful when you buy something or pick up something. Quite often, persons after death continue to be attached mentally to objects that they use it to like when they lived on earth. Yeah. Their subtle body loiters around items such as favorite chair, property. For example, if a woman who has passed on is still attached to her diamond jewelry, then her mind loiters around the jewelry. Yep, true. Such objects are known as haunted objects. people wearing them can face a lot of distress. If the subtle body for any reason is unhappy that they are wearing it, for any reason is unhappy that they are wearing it, yeah, they feel a very dark energy. If the object is possessed by a ghost, the distress experienced by the person coming into contact with it or wearing it is even more due to the associated black energy of the ghost. Haunted place. When land is grabbed through violent means, doesn't have to. You just have to buy the property or rental it to be disturbed. You don't have to be taken by force. That's nonsense. If the victims die in the process, the subtle bodies haunt the place. Doesn't have to. The person just don't want to let go of that place, and they have all rights to be there, because once their former place, and they still feel that they are alive, and they are in some sense. So let them there. Is their property. What? They do not allow anybody to enter their area. The tormented and trespassers such places are known as a haunted place. However, they will call in demons with them if they go to hell and they return here. Okay, because they live between parallel worlds. They live 1 feet here, 1 feet there. So what happened? They bring in other ghosts with them through a portal that they create around the property. But could be basement. What they call it here? This one, the could be the basement or the attic. They create a portal, you see, so they can move in and out at will. And with them also come demons. Those demons are from hell, and they will come in, and usually is the demons that cause the most harm rather than the ghosts themselves. Okay, so now it's explained. Haunted house. In the above example, with time, some inhabitants of the house may lose their lives, and their subtle bodies also haunt the premises. And it doesn't have to, the person doesn't have to be killed by a natural causes like murder. Can also be through natural death, like disease. If they live in that place, they will be attached to that, because if they have object there, their stuffs are all there, so they will cling to that regardless of the way how they died. Even outsiders experience distress in the form of hearing voices or shrieks, or at night people pull your comfort of your body, makes the house shake, make your bed shake, slap your face, poke you. New full moon day on the middle of the night, then it's known as a haunted house. And they hear a howl, and the howl is demonic. They hear a lot of howl in groans of pain, and moaning, and groans of some animal. Those are demonic things. If a person has been murdered or has lost her life accidentally in a vehicle, her subtle body haunts the vehicle. This does not necessarily happen in every case. It also depends on the factors like the destiny of the person, its spiritual level, number of negative impressions, ego, and nature of deeds during his lifetime. Yeah. When people repeatedly experience various forms of inexplicable distress, either in or around the vehicle, like feeling apprehensive, feeling a presence in or around the vehicle going out of control, it's very likely that the vehicle is affected or is haunted. Roads. In many cases of fatal road accidents, the subtle bodies of the dead persons involved in the accident haunt the place. Angered by their own death, they cause other motor accidents. Yes, it's true. Many of the subtle bodies of these victims frequent that part of the road. It needs a lot of ritual to remove them from here. Over time, the number keeps on swelling and accidents take place very frequently. Then one calls another, one calls another, one calls another. And then they come a point where become infested with lost souls. Unless steps are taken at a spiritual level to liberate these subtle bodies from this attachment, the accidents continue despite an effort to curb them at a physical level. This is why some spots are very accident prone, despite being known a relatively straight stretch of the road along with clear signs about being an accident prone site, etc. Some people build small memorials at such sites in the memory of the deceased. In doing so, the subtle body of the past becomes attached to the accident site memorial. Doing to this, the subtle body further progresses to its destined subtle regions is hampered. As a result, that subtle body experiences distress. The subtle bodies of inmates who have succumbed to police torture, or even who knows what they call penal death, through penal death hanging or through lethal injection. Torture harms the cells to a great extent. This is one of the reasons one does not feel pleasant in police stations where such deaths have occurred. Yes, true. Jails. Subtle bodies of many of those who were unjustly hanged haunt the jails. Hospital, hospice, especially so the mental hospitals. Those ones are very, very, very corrupted and haunted and a sad, miserable place to be. The subtle bodies of many of those who die after struggling for life in a hospital haunt the premises. I know. I feel miserable in hospital. I really hate the hospital. I try my best not to enter hospital because I don't like it. I don't like the energies in there of sorrow, of pain. I just don't. The presence of these subtle bodies of those who have become ghosts creates an environment of negativity. Yeah. And you can feel cold suddenly, or you feel like trembling or sweating. This affects the ailing person as well as the attending or visiting relatives and friends. Yep, that's so true. The effect of this negativity could manifest in a delayed healing process, and some even can succumb, die. Some vulnerable patients, their visitors or hospital residents may be affected or possessed by ghosts during their stay in the hospital without them knowing. Yes, true. Cemeteries and crematoriums. Many a time, subtle bodies of those whose funeral rites are inadequately done frequent the area. This is one of the reasons most people feel uneasiness, heaviness, tiredness, etc. After being in one thing that I like to let me finish here. After being to such places, however, most of the time is attributed to psychological reasons alone. It's not psychological, and I'm gonna tell you why. Those places that mentioned here and hospice, mental hospitals, especially so, hospitals and cemeteries is a very polluted place with demons. If you could see the beings, the entities, and they are not humans at all. They are They are demons and they are waiting just for something bad to happen. As for cemetery, they are there to suck the last energy left by the corpse. You see, and to torment the corpse inside the grave, because nobody's here them, so they take chance to torment and suck the last energy that is left behind by that corpse, which take about 1 week, even in some cases 40 days to totally dissipate from their body. So these places are totally haunted by dark energies, and they are not human. They are not human. And there's one called the Safer. That one is the devils who come with that what they call that weapon, very sharp, like an X, but it's not an X. And then that claw, that the clock, Julie black color, and he hooded creature, and he does not show his face at all, and he haunts the cemetery. It's called in Brazil, it's called the guardian of the cemetery. And he's not a nice person, nice creature in Tai Chi at all. So over there in cemetery, in hospital, especially so in hospice care, the energies in there are now good, because there's a demons there, not ghosts alone, but especially so demons, because they are waiting for tragedies to happen, so that they will enter into actions. When people repeatedly experience various forms of inexplicable distress around a place, person, or object, it is very likely that the place, person, or object is affected or possessed by a ghost. It's not a ghost you get. Sometimes devil feeling of distress include feeling of apprehension, feeling a presence, anxiety, feeling like one's entire energy is being sucked out. Yeah, I have sensed that in hospital, or repeated misshapes happen in a certain place without an apparent reason. The actual presence of the devil is, however, evident only to those who have activated sixth sense. The ghost there can cause is not ghosts. The devil is there can cause distress to those who come in the vicinity or possess them, especially those who are vulnerable, psychologically anxious, depressed, sensitive, or spiritually low spiritual level, already affected or possessed by ghosts. What can you do to protect yourself against ghosts? Regular spiritual practice helps to build spiritual strength, and this in turn becomes our protective armor against attacks by ghosts. Before entering haunted areas, one needs to pray to God for protection. Along with this, by continuously chanting the name of God equal to one's religion of birth, we enhance God's protective sheet around us. Some people think I should stay away from finding about ghosts, then they will not bother me. To these people, this research on this stress that it's very important to be educated about where ghosts exist and what to do to protect oneself against them. Not ghosts yet, these are malignant devils. Being in the dark or having a street-like attitude about their presence does not exclude us from their harmful effect. On the contrary, it becomes easier for devils to affect such people due to their ignorance. They do not take appropriate precaution to protect themselves. Yeah, but those are not ghosts. Those are worse than ghosts, worse. Different intentions. The primary difference is in the intention behind doing spiritual practice. For seekers is to dissolve with their five senses, mind and intellect towards God realization. By dissolving those five senses, mind and intellect, we mean identify with the soul or the God within us in all our activities in life. For a ghost, it's to gain spiritual power or energy. For a seeker, this means reducing the ego, which is a function of the five senses, mind and intellect, and for the ghost, it means enhancing the ego. Diminishing versus enhancing desire. A true seeker strives to reduce desires, whereas ghosts use their spiritual energy to satisfy their desires by possessing people. Man, how negative and discriminating you are. Uplifting versus harming society. The true seeker's work is for the betterment of society at spiritual level and the blah 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 blah. But you are not good because you are discriminate in the universal sense of the word. Whereas ghosts gain spiritual energy to harm. Nonsense, you are sick. The bottom line is that these are not ghosts, these are demons, you idiot. The bottom line is that doing spiritual practice and gain spiritual power is akin to work in a company to earn money. In addition, what the person, yeah, this is what you all want, money, money, money. And you still talk about God. What the person finally intends to do with their money is pretty much up to them. The purpose for which one uses spiritual energy defines whether we go the seeker way or the ghost way of Twijai. These people make all this foundation to earning money. Type of ghosts and the devils. When we refer to all ghosts as ghosts, we may not realize that there is a wide range of negative energy in the spiritual dimension. In this article, we examine the main types of negative energy based on relative strength, from the common ghost to the powerful subtle sorcerer, also known as mantric. So the common ghost, demons. Look at the demons. Look at the demons. All base for them if some kind of a sorcerer, what they call garland or something like necklace, I don't know what, and the black serpent. I saw one black serpent, but of course it was not cobra. It was a black one, normal one, when I was about 7 years old, and I was in this haunted, not say haunted, but it was abandoned cottage, very very old already, dilapidated, and we went there to take fruit because there's a lot of mango tree and fruit trees, and one of this time I went there, the structure was all falling apart already, and I mean there's something like a water catchment structure where we could sit down there, and I sit down there with my sisters and my brother, one of my brother, and suddenly I saw a snake come my way, and she was behind me. She was totally black, and those things, her eyes were ready, and she like had fire on the tongue, and out of nothing she went inside a hole, and before she disappeared inside the hole in that structure, she disappeared. I never say that to my sister, I keep to myself, because main thing that happened to me, I keep it to myself. Female goblin, witch, Jackie, Shetkin. There's also the vampire, the spirit, and the matrix. Well, there's modern deadness. It's not just that. There's the werewolf. There's the other beings. There's men. There's the jungle protector. Drawing of ghosts based on subtle knowledge. On some occasions, a ghost materializes and can be captured on photographs. This article explains the mechanism behind this phenomenon and shows some examples of how they can appear. Drawings based on subtle knowledge of ghosts. This gallery depicts three subtleties of how the ghost look. The image depicted in this gallery are drawing based on subtle knowledge and differ from the images of a ghost that is generally come across. It's not a ghost, this is a creature. Depression and mental health issues are almost always aggravated by negative energies. From lesbian to heterosexual, Caroline decided to be in lesbian relationship once due to possession. Depression and mental health issues are almost always aggravated by negative energies. How spiritual healing helped the Lois overcome sexual thoughts caused by ghosts. Not ghost, demon lady. This one is demon. Spontaneous blood stains on a vest. This is one of the most particular case of a ghost. It's not ghost, it's demon. We have buildings. When Haruki becomes sleep paralysis caused by negative energies. This is caused by demons, you idiot. Pratik suffer from compulsive overeating due to her departed ancestor. This one will require another video. They also become too long, and this is very good. It's very good material. No, that one's a genie demon, not a ghost. Can ghosts be kept in a bottle? Sleep paralyzes. This one's done by demons or alien. Fear of ghosts. Quite often we come across people who are interested in spirituality. They will listen to any mention of negative energy or ghosts. Yeah, because it doesn't make any sense. It's a demon that in you, you are defending them. What ghost be kept in a bottle? There's no say that one is a demon, a genie. This is not ghost. My goodness. Comprised of the subconscious mind, intellect, ego and soul. When someone passes away, the growth, the dense physical body. Everybody knows that. Subtle bodies, anger. Demons in a glass of ale. It causes symptoms of the side of viral A ghost is most than earth can suddenly be inside a vibe, but at the same time be outside and going through the vibe and then be somewhere else. That's nonsense. Sleep paralysis is done by demons and aliens as well. Wait, never mind. I'm going to cover this subject. This by demons. Most of us of you start science when you go to school. Most of us start science when you go to school. Cut, graphs, weights, and measures are all used to help us understand and relate to the world around us. We learn that what is testable and verifiable by our five senses, mind and intellect, is real and proper science. Mighty magnet catholic vision. Those are not ghosts, huh? Not ghosts done by devils. Be gone, Vadri het Satana. Vadri hetro. Fear of ghosts. Sometimes I don't even dare to sleep on the night because I'm gonna be disturbed most of the time, but I don't care. Quite often we come across people who are interested in spirituality. About it, don't trouble, don't get something that can harm us. It's natural to be fearful of the unknown, especially if it involves scary looking deities, especially the children, for children from another dimension that can give one a lot of trouble. Yeah, it's also natural to feel that one best avoid indulging in the topic. But the fact of the matter is that whether we know it or not, still they exist. We are all affected by the spiritual dimension, example by its positive and negative side, the scary looking deities included. This means that the people who are fearful of this dimension are also affected. The important thing to remember is that by understanding some principles about the fact spiritual dimension, we can take remedial measures to overcome its dark side. Oh, what's that? How come it goes to ancestral? So where do ghosts, demons, devil, negative energy? It's not a ghost, you idiot, it's a demons. And so, okay, that's finished already. Later we'll try to cover other materials.